Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Bensday with Batgirl and Ben. Hey, Ben, how are ya?
Hey, not too bad. How are you doing?
Good. I always cut you off, so I'm going to do my best to not cut you off today, okay?
All right.
All right. So, last week we didn't do a show, and there's a big reason for that. What did you do at Travis and Chelsea's party?
Oh, I don't actually remember. Just that next morning, my foot was not well, so I was laid up for a little bit.
Oh, that's not good. I mean, because people did miss it. It was a holiday week, so we could let it go, but wow. That was pain, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. So we've got a couple of questions today. My biggest question is, we have attrition. Make everybody feel better.
We have a what?
Attrition, people leaving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it sucks, but it happens. It's a constant in this industry, in any industry, I suppose.
Well, in that industry, and it's one of the things I said in my State of the Game, which is in the middle of my SCA this week, is that it happens in the game industry because people don't move up, they move over to move up. And then they come back and hire, so it's always people looking for the job, and sometimes it takes them other places. It's fine, guys. Yeah. It's fine.
Well, I mean, one of the realities of the game industry is that companies generally do not take care of their employees long term, and that's not saying that's something we do, but it's entirely anybody who has been through this grinder a few times knows that they would work on a project for EA or Activision and then be laid off. So you get people moving around to get the best thing for themselves frequently.
So we're not freaking out, we're not fretting, and the game is still on track.
No, I mean, honestly, the biggest damage to development this week has been that they closed the food court across the street from the office.
They closed the food court?
Yeah, there was that food court with like a Subway and a McDonald's. Yeah. It was the one place in Santa Monica with the cheap trash food. So that's having an impact on development.
Oh, that's bad. So people have to bring their food and cook it in that wonderful kitchen in the other office. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people who know how to cook in this team.
Good. Well, we've got our usual suspects here trying to ask you questions. So we're going to go right to Silius, who I was actually playing World of Warships with the other day.
How is that?
And it's a great game. You know what World of Warships is?
Yeah, I did their World of Warplanes one when it was.
Yeah, that's nowhere near being good. This is fun. So closest thing to big ship battle that you're going to get. Kind of dumbed down, but still fun. Silius asks, with CIG thankfully going to the effort of separate skeleton for male and female characters, does that also mean that generic PU animations will have separate male and female mocap for body language and stuff?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we capture male and female separate.
Yeah, I thought that you would have brought up the fact that that's one of the things that Sandy was doing out there at one point, way a long time ago. Remember the janitor thing she did, right?
Oh yes, although actually she captured mocap for a man. She was the bald man in the Constellation demo we did.
Yeah, that was kind of nuts, right? Mm-hmm. So sorry, Silius, they're all Sandy. Joshua Waxman Style Cup. Sorry, Joshua. I messed your name up only because I'm bumbling over my words to get Ben out of here quick. Are the mod tools being developed as the game is built, or is it something that we're going to get later on?
They're being built as the game is developed. We essentially want to make public-facing versions of the tools we create internally. Okay. So the stuff they're using upstairs right now will eventually be the progenitor of what you guys get.
Okay. Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous's chief artist and background creator, Pappy Boyington, wants to know, is the Genesis Q&A, in the Genesis Q&A you posted, mentions the variants. Do we take this as them being officially announced?
Yes, I think we clarified that in the Friday Q&A. For the 3 specific military variants, those will count as announced. For anything that was more vague, like the prison ship that kind of mentioned in discussion, we'll say that's unannounced. But certainly for the 3 we named, announced for LTI purposes, for whatever that matters.
Okay, and he's saying the variants mentioned in the post exist in our fiction, and we hope we hope to build them out down the line. We likely will. Okay, so that's what he was talking about. So that's great. All right. Jump debris. Being that the cargo pods have a way of showing who the current owner is there a way to hack one to show who previously owned them? Can a bounty hunter track the movement of criminal through the fenced items?
That's an interesting question. It's not something I think we put much thought into, so I would dodge that question.
Wouldn't that be something for the team over in Austin that's building out the PU?
That is definitely a Tony Z question.
How do we get Tony Z to answer questions?
To get him away from his computer writing very long design posts first.
Oh. So, yeah, well, very long design posts are not bad. They keep our people very happy. He said, okay, that's good. That clarifies every one of them so far, so that's good. Pappy Boynton, does the Carrack have the Merlin as a scout ship, or is it completely different?
No, it's a different ship.
Okay. The Carrack looks like it has a rover. Is it similar to the one that comes with the Aquila, or is it bigger?
I believe that is the same rover.
It's the same rover? Because there's two different rovers, right? There's one on the
Ursa and the other one. It's the Explorer rover.
Okay, so it's the one from the Aquila, not the one from the Phoenix.
Right.
Okay, the Endeavor is now split off. The hospital ship the Endeavor is split off, and it's not going to be the hospital. It's just going to be the science ship, I think it is, right?
Yes. All right. When we show it off, that will make more sense. But as close as science and medical are in real life, they are very different mechanics in the game. You don't a research ship and a hospital ship are not the same. We may use the Endeavor base and build out like a radically different version of this hospital ship. It hasn't been 100% locked down. Okay. We're leaning towards it being something else.
So that answers the question: will it be MISC or a different company? It's MISC.
Yeah, it should still be MISC.
Okay. The Endeavor sounds like a big ship, which will need a lot of rooms, like biohazard room, decontamination room, medical room for accidents, stasis room, tech lab, research, drone, scout ship, crew rooms. Let's get to the point over here. He goes, are these rooms being taken under consideration for a ship like this, or will it be more compact of a ship?
Maybe we are considering all those rooms, and you'll have some modularity where you get to pick which ones you need in a particular mission.
Gotta like that. Moving things in and out. Oh, well, that would be awesome if you could move things in and out, like an 18-wheeler piece would move in and lock into a position. That would be cool.
I mean, for the research stuff, we look at a lot of modern spacecraft stuff, like the ISS, which you can chunk off modules and put add a new lab, or launch a separate escape ship. So that's an inspiration.
Blow up resupply ships off the coast of California. No, sorry.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if we're ever really going to get to Mars. Can we expect some kind of drill sergeant in Squadron 42, like the iconic Ernie? How do you say his name? Ernie. And Space and Beyond, which is Space Above and Beyond is his favorite TV show, so that's why he's asking.
Well, first let me say Space Above and Beyond is probably my second favorite TV show. The reading at my wedding was actually Kylan's letter from the start pilot episode.
Oh, awesome.
But yes and no. There's Lando.
Yeah.
There's only one of him, and that trope is a little bit run dry. So.
Yeah. Okay.
He plays himself a lot.
He plays himself an awful lot, and I don't know if I like the guy that we had. What was his name again? Gil or something like that?
No, Gilly.
Yeah, Gil. Yeah, he was good. And
more of Gilly.
I want to keep you going here. I want to get you out with time to spare. Wu Zen, Jen, Tony Z told me at the town hall that LTIs are called exotics, and they would only get a ship replacement, whereas SHIs would be able to get a credit payout in lieu of ship replacement. Can you ask Ben if this is still going to hold true? Now, does Tony talk to you?
I talked to him. I have not heard that.
Yeah.
So I will have to check with him what that means.
SHI is the other piece. And I think that's ship hull insurance, where LTI is lifetime insurance.
Well, let me talk to him. I suspect it is just different terminology for the same system that's already in the LTI pack. I will find out, though, and let you know next week.
Okay. So, and then Silius wants to know, when has the live stream for the 26th of June been rescheduled to?
I don't know that it's been rescheduled at all.
It's been postponed?
Postponed indefinitely. That's very fun of not saying.
Yeah.
No, it had a particular reveal associated with it, something that is also backed up because of Star Marine.
Okay.
You will probably see what we were thinking of at Gamescom at least.
Okay.
But, as far as anybody knows, it was a live stream with no purpose. So.
All right.
We do one of those every week.
Yes, you do. You do it reverse the verse. Well, almost every week. Not on the 3rd of July.
That's true.
When Ben is home with his ankle hurting. Big question from me this week. I had a nice long interview a few months back with Darian Vorlik, and he talked about Pirateswarm. When might we see this Pirateswarm?
Well, I can't say when to anything. I know that some of the backers put out their own Pirateswarm hotfix modification. We looked at that. We liked it a lot. I think we've actually talked to some of them about using some of their work.
Okay.
But it's one of the things that's in the works for AC. AC is always a balance. We have to focus on things that move the game forward, and also we need to add things that entertain folks in the meantime. It's been a lot more moving the game forward lately. I think that will cycle around occasionally. And Pirateswarm is a good bet for future ACPs.
Okay. What did the patch today bring into the game?
Today's patch, 1.1.4, was entirely minor. It was just essentially just Flare. It's this month's subscriber Flare, which is why we had to push it when we did.
That goes live on Friday, right?
Yeah. It also includes, if you have a Gamescom trophy, the long-lost 2014 one now shows up.
Okay.
And the 2015 one also shows up.
So 1.1.5 they're talking about, is there a set date for that one?
Not a set date. Could be to you as soon as this week, but we can't promise that.
Okay.
In Chris's letter, he said we're going to try to move some stuff back to the Arena Commander branch so that people see some of the work we're doing, and that's what this is a result of.
I thought so. Did that shake any trees over there? Like, we were bringing it all together, and now we have to split it up again?
Some difficulty associated with it, but not severe. Okay. You won't see all of the work they've been doing on AC, but some sizable stuff will show up.
Is any of it are you free to talk about any of it?
Well, I think people know about the site. Hoping to get the Merlin in. If not the Merlin with this patch, then it would be shortly afterwards. Actually, they're doing the tech setup for the Merlin today.
Okay.
So it depends on how it goes through the QA process.
Damage models on different ships were updated too, right?
I believe so. I would have to. I have to wait for my list from QA, but it's a host of updates.
All right, and so we have 1.1.4 that came out today, and 1.1.5 will come out at a later date, not today, not tomorrow, but sometime in the future.
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
Not the distant future. And then of course, 1.2 is Star Marine, and that's
Hey.
It's
so
everybody's saying, it's delayed indefinitely. It's never coming out, and that's not true. It's weeks, not months or years.
For the last minute of the conversation here, in your own words, could you explain to people how the development being pushed into all the different teams that you have throughout the world is not really being held up as much by the lack of being able to get the back-end stuff done for FPS? Like, is 2.0 being held up drastically because of the FPS modules back-end?
Not drastically. 3.0 certainly would be, because that integrates the FPS module tech. But the near future stuff all does not rely on it, except insofar that it actually does, because we branched from it. I think there's a lot of misinformation about what the delay means. It's not it's not an endless delay. Things are looking better.
Okay.
But it's like, say I order a pizza and breadsticks and a soda, and they run out of breadsticks. They can still make the pizza.
Right. They ran out of breadsticks?
Yeah, I don't know how they ran out of breadsticks.
Why would you buy from Pizza Hut without those breadsticks? All right, Ben, thank you so much. I'm getting you out with 4 minutes to spare. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate your time. And maybe if there's some big news, we'll talk again this week. Otherwise, we'll talk again next week, okay?
Sure thing. I'd say if we patch this week, we can chat about it. If not, we'll chat about it next week.
All right, great. And guys, with that said, remember to always put your questions in one of two places, either in the thread below in the comment section, or send them to starcitizenaa@gmail.com with Bensday in the subject field. And now with that said, you all be safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.